Lakers get the win in the fashion blowout against the Oklahoma City Thunder, 128-98. I'm your host, Jonathan Salfa, aka Big Baby Jonathan. This is Lakers Live postgame show with Aaron and Manny. Aaron, that was a dominating performance tonight, man. What'd you think of that game, man?
That was great, man. I love the style, love the energy, love the whole 9 yards. We just came out there and dominated. We didn't look tired at all. I'm just like, okay, we came to play. When you play that great off of a back-to-back, you're going to earn everybody's respect to say, wow, like, don't mess with them even when they're tired.
What can I say, guys? This win was amazing. I was hyped the entire game. 128-99. We won by 29 points. Shout out to LeBron, 26 points. 5 of 8 from 3. AD too, he shot 8 for 13. Dennis Schroeder played well. Gasol didn't take that many shots, but he played okay. KCP shot 2 for 4 from 3. Markieff, 3 for 8 from 3. 11 points, 4 for 9 from shooting. Harrell, but man, shout out to Harrell. Is he going to win 6th Man of the Year again? Possibly will with 21 points.
Yeah, most definitely, man. This Laker team came out and dominated early, you know what I mean? They shot 49% from the field and 17 out of 37 from 3, 45%. And Lakers played great defense tonight, an all-around game. Defense, everybody was tuning in, talking, and we turned up. I did say, to be honest with you, 100, I thought it was going to be a trap game. But Lakers said, okay, let's set the tempo early. LeBron turned up 26 points tonight. Loved his energy, loved his hustle. Just overall, Dennis Schroeder came back and did his thing, man. This Laker team is scary when it's all cylinders. And shout out to Anthony Davis. Thank you for calling out the Lakers defense. You said it wasn't playing up to par. You didn't like it, so you called them out, and that's what great championship teams do. They call you out, and they play. But ever since then, man, they've been playing better. We're undefeated on the road. And shout out to the Lakers being the first team in the Lakers franchise history being undefeated on the road at 7-0. So I'm excited.
Yeah. You know me, I'm one of those guys that I talk about defense almost every show we have. So definitely put the Pitbull style defense down tonight. We look locked in from the start. The Thunder didn't have any sort of a lead at all. We just jumped on them and we just continued what dominating performance we had against Houston. I love it. I love the energy. I loved how quick we were switching. We played, I think, a few possessions. We played some zone. Just the way we were forcing turnovers, being aggressive in the paint, with the shot blocks again. All around great performance. This is great style of basketball right here. If we can keep this up consistently through the rest of the season in the playoffs, look out, because this is championship style basketball.
Yeah, defensively it was amazing. Like I said in the pregame that we need to defend the 3. Shout out to our boys who did a great job at that. 32.3% from 3 for the Thunder. And it was absolutely amazing. Even Mike Muscala, former Laker, he only shot 1 for 6. So, our guys did amazing at guarding. Mm-hmm. And 3-point shooting as well, we did very good for us. We shot 45.9% from 3. Shout out to our boys, man. We've been shooting lights out of the basketball. And rebound-wise, I've always said rebounds are important. We got 50 rebounds as a full team. Nothing else to say. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I just love the rebounding tonight. Just overall, man, this Oklahoma City team is they haven't won a home game yet. They're 5-6, but they have talent. Alexander. We stopped him tonight. Love the defense. I love just the passing, move the ball from side to side. Montrezl Harrell, like you said, Manny, had 21 points, 6 rebounds, and this is the Montrezl Harrell that we need, the 21 points and 6 rebounds off this bench. He was talking, and he got a technical foul for dunking and looking at somebody. So come on, man, let him enjoy, let him get juiced up, And I liked how Montrezl Harrell was throwing it to Caruso. There was a lot of talking, ball movement. When you have ball movement, it works well. You win as a team when you move the ball from side to side.
And also to mention, piggyback off of that, and also piggyback on the defense. The same thing I said during the pregame show. I want us no more than 10 or less turnovers. We got exactly 10 turnovers in the game. I will take that every single game for the rest of the season. 10 turnovers or less. You saw what happens when we score. We force them. Yes, we force them to score. We have 12 turnovers. We got 15 points off of their turnovers, but still, I loved the energy there. I love the fact our turnover ratio was down. It really helped us because we had a period in the game. We had a 29-point lead, and here they come. They put on the gas, and we take our foot off the gas for like I think 3 straight possessions in a row. And here it is, only down by 15, and then they were down by 12. Vogel takes a timeout. Okay, let's pick it back up here. Let's not let them get comfy, because once you let a team back in the game and you let them creep back in the game, it's very hard to push them back away again.
Yeah, even another thing I mentioned is the fouls. Like I mentioned, we only got 16 fouls as a whole for a team, and usually big men are known for getting a lot of fouls because they're always driving to the basket, they're always trying to dunk the ball, and they get fouled and stuff. AD got 0 personal fouls, which is absolutely amazing, and that's amazing as well. And Alfonso McKinney, even though he played 5 minutes, he shot 2 for 3 from the field, 0 fouls. Kuzma, 0 fouls. Markieff Morris, 0 fouls. Quinn Cook, 0 fouls. Caldwell Pope, only 2 fouls. LeBron, only 2 fouls. Very good. Very, very happy with our boys. That we barely fouled the ball.
Yeah, man. Just love the team effort. And shout out to Jay for always showing love. Shout out to everybody in the stream. But yeah, man, LeBron. What I liked about LeBron tonight, he, like I said, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. But I liked how he got aggressive and shot the ball well, and he was taking charges, and he looked like he was really, really good tonight. His health was good. LeBron's locked in. He's locked in. I could tell when LeBron's locked in. He knows that we're gonna get into it a little bit towards the back end of the show. He knows that Brooklyn just got James Harden. He knows that. They asked him about it today. He had no comment about it because he knows it's gonna be a battle for a championship. He knows. He knows. So LeBron did his thing, not AD. I loved AD's performance defensively, man. And this Laker team is starting to kick it up a notch. And Caruso too. Caruso, he came in and played great defense tonight overall. I just love this team. We got the best team in the league. We're 10-3, best record overall in the NBA. No one can stop us but ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, not only how great LeBron and AD had a great game. Everybody. And we've thrown this name out there. He's been a subject of the starters is Marc Gasol. He's the only guy on the whole team. He's the only guy in the starters that didn't have a double-digit performance. KCP, 10 points. Schroeder, we know maybe there was some nerves. Maybe there's a little bit of, emotions kicking in about playing in OKC the first time. I get it. It happens. Some players handle it differently. He had a rough game to start, rough time and foul issues too. 14 points though, but also let's enjoy the fact that LeBron and AD both played, because we were talking about that. Should they play? Yesterday we were saying, should they play in the back-to-back? Should one of them play? Should they both be just can it and just let the bench take over the game? 27 minutes for LeBron and 25 minutes for AD. I will take that on a back-to-back. Under 30 minutes, not having to really play the third. AD didn't even come in the fourth quarter. LeBron, I think, played the first 2 minutes, and then I think they took a foul to get him out of the game. But it was pretty much icing on the cake. And like I said, man, we have a great team. We're talented. We're 11 deep. And when you have a game like today where LeBron already had ice on himself and had his shoes off and basically checked out with 7 minutes left in the game, it's pretty much a wrap. And it was just a matter of how high was the lead was going to be. I think we were up to 31 points was the highest lead we had tonight. But, it's about how great this team is. They're passionate. You can tell how much we're clicking on the offensive end, the defensive end, transition defense, transition offense. We're moving quicker. We're making better shots. Kuzma didn't look so bad either today. So, it's good to see. It's good to see an overall, all-around performance by the whole team. Marc Gasol, we're going to figure him out eventually, but all in all, a good win.
Yeah, honestly, with Marc Gasol, like you said, he's gonna figure it out. But the one thing I want to see from Gasol is I want to see him take more shots. I'm not saying he had a bad game because he did have 3 points on 1 for 2 shooting, but I wish he could take at least 8 to 9 shots. Yes, he might have a good field goal percentage. Maybe he might not. But if he takes more shots, he's going to learn from those mistakes because it's early on the season. The time to make mistakes is right now because it's early in the season. We don't want to make those mistakes 50 games in. If we want to make mistakes now. Shoot the damn ball more. I want to see that from Gasol. But other than that, like, he's been doing his thing. Like, he had 5 rebounds. He shot a 3, made a 3. Like, he's been okay. But and the same thing with Kuzma. I think Kuzma should have like around like 15 shots. I want to see Kuzma be like that 3rd or 4th guy. Because, yes, he shot 3 for 8, but I want to see him shoot at least in the 15s. He can get there, and I think he can do pretty well.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Marc Gasol, man. Oh, man, Marc Gasol, I'm going to keep getting on you until you prove me wrong, man. You got to be more aggressive. You know, what is it? Is it just because you don't want to shoot? To be honest, man, I think it's just because he's on the back end. You know, let me ask you this. What if he was on a different team? He'd be shooting hella shots. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if we trade Marc Gasol for another big man. You know what I mean? And that's what I'll do. But even though he has no trade clause, maybe we could trade him to a contender that can bring us back a better big man. Marc Gasol's passing is good, talented, but I need to see that aggressiveness. Get the ball in the post, go to work. Stop trying to do elbow passes and stop trying to pass and do no-look passes. It's not working. Just chill, Marc Gasol. Chill. But you'll be good. Chill.
I think, he just doesn't look like he's locked in there. Like he hasn't, he understands his job. He understands what he wants the role to be. But there was one game, I think it was, where LeBron and Gasol, it was like watching Kobe and Powell for a minute, where they just ran a high pick and roll, and Gasol stood out there right in Powell's old sweet spot, right above the key, right there, and swished in a jumper right there. And it's like, dude, we know what kind of game you can play. I want to, maybe it's the chemistry that he hasn't synced up right. I've heard that, they've had issues where they didn't read each other's passes correctly. Maybe it could have been that. Maybe he's still just getting used to everybody. I just want to see him, I think there's going to be one game in the next 2 weeks, and I'll call it now. One game in the next 2 weeks that Gasol's going to have like a 20-point game. And I think he could do it. There's nothing that says he can't. It's not like he's in his 40s that he can't shoot. He can't do anything because the Lakers wouldn't have gotten him. I think there's going to be a game that he's finally going to go off and finally say, I'm back. This is the Memphis Gasol right here. This is the Toronto Gasol. I could do this, and I could still average 8 assists, and I could be a scorer.
But either, like I said, like the season's still young. Like I can see that maybe in in a few games that he probably goes off for like 20, 25 points. Like, he's definitely capable of doing it. We saw him in Memphis how good he was. And yes, he was younger back then, but like that's no excuse because look at LeBron's age. He's 36 and he's still performing at a high level. Even in Toronto, he was very good, Gasol. But like, let's say if he doesn't like play very good in the next 30 games, I would call up Cleveland and try to get McGee back. That's the case because yes, like offensive wise, I'd rather have Gasol, but our biggest flaw right now is the rim protecting and the rebounding. McGee's good at that. So if Gasol's still playing like subpar, I think we should try to call back Cleveland and get Javale McGee because they have 3 centers now. They have Drummond, they have McGee, and they have Jared Allen. I guarantee they're not going to want to part away from Jared Allen because he's young and they just got him. So it's between Drummond and McGee that I would say they would want to get rid of, and McGee we should get back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think we can get McGee back because we traded him away. I don't know how that works because I think if you trade a player, you have to wait till next year to go get him. So if we and here's the thing, let's just keep the 4 how it is. Let's continue to ride this out, ride this Marc Gasol train now. Then, what if he's saving his energy for the playoffs? You know what I mean? What if he's just playing around and I'm not even worried. I'm not worried yet. I said Marc Gasol's on my list of getting traded, but I'm gonna leave him alone for tonight. And let me see. Jay had an interesting trade package right here. McGee for Gasol would be good.
Yeah, but I think that is a rule. I'll double check it. We'll have some more clarification on the next our next show. But I believe you can't, if you were traded for this year, you can't be you can't come back to that organization until it's been a year. so he'd have to wait a full year. And the question is, if JaVale McGee is a free agent by then, I think he's a free agent next year, this coming season.
Mm-hmm.
Think he is. Yes, he could sign a deal with the Lakers. I have a feeling if he came back with them, it would be one of those deals that he'd say, look, if I come back here, you're not trading me, so I'm going to sign, make sure I have a no trade clause.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it might be hard to trade him because of that rule that John pointed out with the you just trade somebody, you have to wait until next year. But like Jay and Legault Sharp, you guys in the comments, like I like that you confirmed what I said on that one, that we should call up Cleveland because they got a boatload of centers. Like if yes, JaVale McGee might be impossible because of that rule, but I like Legault Sharp's comment right there. Cleveland to get Andre Drummond. Yeah, Andre Drummond is sensational. He's not like a star center, but he's a very above average center. He can rebound, he can block, he can shoot, he can score, he can do a lot of stuff. He's very underrated, and if you're a Pistons fan and you're watching this, you probably know what I'm saying too because he's been a long time on Detroit. They know how good he is as well.
Yeah, most definitely, man. But if I'm Cleveland, I got a call from the Lakers. Rob Pelinka, hello. Yeah, Marc Gasol for Andre Drummond. Keep it pushing. Cleveland's not going to do that, unless we throw Marc Gasol and Talon Horton-Tucker. Talon Horton-Tucker is very talented, great player, but if we got Andre Drummond, if Rob Pelinka got the Lakers and Andre Drummond, just go ahead and hand the Lakers this. Just go say, here you go, Lakers. You know what I mean? Because Andre Drummond does a lot of putback dunks, block shots, run the floor. Him, LeBron, that pick and roll, AD. Our paint would be. Remember how we layup after layup after layup after layup. If he comes on our team, that would be closed. The defense there would be nobody getting layups on us. Drummond's very talented. I have him on 2K. I'm on the Cleveland franchise on 2K, like a story thing, and I average 30 and 10 with him. He's dominating the post, like Shaq. So if we somehow get him, then it's cool. But I think we'll get him because he ain't leaving Cleveland. Calling it right now.
Yeah, is going to be very interesting to see exactly how what goes on, what kind of situation happens. It's good. We're going to see a lot of potentials of what are we going to do? What are the Lakers going to do? What is their record by the time they do that? That's just forced to do it. You're going to have to be, are they going to prepare to say, this is who we might be playing? It should be very interesting.
Go ahead, Manny.
I couldn't really hear Aaron very well because it's Mike, but one thing I gotta say is, yeah, it's gonna be very, very hard to get Drummond out of Cleveland. But I feel like I'm not trading away Talon Horton-Tucker. I don't like that idea, John, because he's I think he's part of our future. But if we want to trade like maybe a Quinn Cook or or like maybe I don't know if I want to give her Markieff, but maybe we have to give her Markieff Morris to get Drummond. I think that would be very amazing for us because Andre Drummond, like I said, very talented. He can shoot, he can block, he can pass, he can rebound, he can do a lot of stuff. I don't think his free throws are very good, but everything else, like, he's a plus for our team because that's our main weakness. Rebounding is our main weakness. I think if we get our rebounding up, I don't think I don't think we'll lose many games. We'll probably go like a good 60 and like 7 maybe.
Now, are we good? Everybody?
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about
finally,
that.
Thank you.
Everybody, technical difficulty. So, Aaron, piggyback on what you were talking about.
Simple as trade deadline. It's going to be very interesting to see how we go about it, who we're going to target. There's going to be options. There's going to be people they're going to put on the trading market. It'll be very interesting to see where they want to go with it. Andre Drummond, you never know. You never know if Hassan Whiteside might be offered from the Heat. We don't know. There could be other centers that the Lakers want to consider because, look, you have Kostas, and the question is, would you be willing to trade him? Because the odds of the Lakers, theoretically on paper, trading Marc Gasol are slim to none. He's a veteran guy the guy, you just brought him back here. I don't think the Lakers would actually look at trading him. I think they would look at taking away someone from the bench and then figuring out new minutes for them. So to say, hey, you know what? Maybe in a situation where Marc Gasol goes from starting, he's pretty open to say, I am gonna do whatever the team needs me to do. Just like Dudley, they don't care whether they're starting. They know he knows he's a starter right now. But if you're not performing like a starter and you say, hey man, we're going to possibly be pulling this trade off. We're going to be getting rid of Costas and we're going to make a trade to get another center. This is what we're thinking. We're thinking of maybe having you with the bench unit and switch around the rotations to help the team out. What do you think? I like it. Whatever I can do to still contribute to the team, I will do. And I think that's the kind of guy he is. I don't think it matters what his role is. He just wants to help. He just wants to win a ring. He wants to win another ring. And we'll see how it goes, but it's early, and I think everybody needs to chill a little bit more. And I give him a chance. I give Marc Gasol a chance. I say he's gonna have a game that he's gonna go off and score at least 20 points for us. Whether it's a game that LeBron or AD are not in the game or whether they are playing, he's gonna have a game where he gets 20 and 10, 20, 10, and maybe 8 assists, maybe flirting with a triple double. And actually shut everybody up and say, look, I had to get my legs under me. I wasn't there yet. My mindset wasn't there. I'm shooting more. I'm more comfortable. I'm playing with LeBron. I'm playing off the ball. This is nice. I'm getting back in the post and bringing that old school offense back.
Yeah, it's all a minutes restriction. Marc Gasol is older now, so it's not like he has to start at the 5. He can probably play the bench, but minutes restriction is not the worst thing to think about. Like whether it's Gasol or whether it's Harrell starting, we could even pull a small ball lineup of AD at the 4 and Harrell at the 5. Like minutes restriction is nothing the worst. It's fine. Like as long as we're winning games and as long as Vogel's able to balance the offense and balance the defense very well, like it's not an issue. Absolutely, we can do that. Of course.
Can't hear you.
Sorry about that, technical difficulties, but we got a very special guest. You may know him on Twitter from Kobe Forever 248, man. He does the Zoom parties, man. We're going to bring him up on here for a little bit. We're going to talk about the James Harden trade and Laker game tonight. Chris, how's it going, man?
What's up?
What's up?
Not much, man. So give us your overall take about the Lakers' performance tonight.
It was an awesome victory all around. Trez was a beast mode tonight with 21 points tonight and just get around.
Yeah, man. So, what did you think of that James Harden trade overall? How do you think that's going to impact Brooklyn?
I think they're gonna make it out of the East, and I think it's probably be Lakers and Nets in the finals.
Go ahead, Aaron. Possibility. What did you think of the way that Harden handled himself? And what do you think teams are going to look at it as an overall value to say that things are a little different, versus how you handle yourself in the future versus handling yourself how we did right now, which is the Houston Rockets.
Honestly, Brooklyn is definitely going to come out of the East. But the thing is, what I'm critiquing about them is their defense. I don't think their defense is up there. Their bench is lost because they lost LeVert and Allen. Those are two big focal pieces for their offense and defense because they're very young, and that's what you need to develop guys. But the thing is I don't know, just two head cases in Irving and Harden. I don't know if I'm good with that. Because I know a Brooklyn Nets fan on Twitter. I don't think he's good with that either. Like if you're gonna go with the last shot, you got to go with KD. Nonetheless, we all know who's coming out to win the championship. It's these guys right here.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Lakers are gonna win it all, but there's only one basketball. James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie. Kyrie might get traded somewhere, I heard. So we have to really see what the team does, and it's a team game. It's not dribble. ISO basketball won't win you a championship. The late great Kobe did say it best. James Harden playing style won't win one of these. He has to change his game, and he's not willing to do that. So I expect James Harden and Kevin Durant and Kyrie to get into some arguments on the court, like late game situation. You know what I mean? Like James Harden might say, clear out, I got the game winning shot. You know what I mean? So we did this on our pregame show earlier. Let you guys know in the comments, who would you take in the late game situation? Kyrie, James Harden, Kevin Durant? Put them in the comment section down below. But overall, man, I don't think it's going to work. You know, you got two people that are not there mentally, Kyrie and James Harden, and that can rub people the wrong way. So I expect Brooklyn to not win the championship this year. They may take a hit, you know, so we'll see what happens. So throw it to Chris before we end the show. So Chris, give us your final thoughts for the game tonight.
It was a great game. I thought they were going to come out slow from last night, but they came out strong. And
What do you think? Go ahead, Chris.
And they didn't let their foot off the gas. They just took it to Thunder.
Okay, so go ahead.
Absolutely. Chris, I asked the guys this earlier too, and I'm going to ask you. Hey, you have 3 shooters to choose from. It's the Brooklyn Nets. Game's on the line. Who do you let take the final shot in the game to steal the win? Who should take?
Sorry about that, man. Technical difficulties on the mic. Manny, go ahead. Okay, technical difficulties on.
Oh,
Sorry about that. Technical
I'm
difficulties.
back.
You're good.
Okay, back to what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, comment right there. KD with the last shot, barbecue chicken. Like, yeah, I'm not a Nets fan, but like, he is so clutch in the playoffs. So I remember what happened in like 2017, 2018, in the finals. Absolutely, like he is just sensational. Like, it's unfortunate that he was injured last year, but I still think he's like a top 3 player in basketball. Kevin Durant.
Yeah, for me, man, I'll take KD. You know, for that game situation. At the end of the day, Brooklyn's going to have to get chemistry first for you claim them the champion. You got to come through LA to win the championship. You know what I mean? I'm just wanting to see how they're going to do on the court, you know. I know they got DeAndre Jordan, Jeff Green. You know, they just lost Karis LeVert to Houston, but Karis LeVert is on Pacers now. So we're going to see what happens with this Brooklyn team. You know, they lost some pieces, so we're going to see what happens. But, yeah, thank you, Aaron and Manny and Chris. But make sure you guys tune in to tomorrow's live podcast at 7:30 p.m. West Coast time. I will be having on former Chicago Bull, Utah Jazz, and Oklahoma City Thunder, Ronnie Brewer Jr. So make sure you guys tune in to tomorrow night's podcast at 7:30 p.m. Thank you, Aaron and Chris. Talk to you guys Thursday.